Nation, welcome back to another episode of Beer Dolls. We're here at another great location, No Label Brewing. That's right, let's go check out the people inside and see who we can talk to. Hey guys, guess what? We got real lucky tonight. We're sitting here with the sales manager of No Label, Ryan Lewis. So tell us a little bit about why you guys chose this location with the famous silos in Katy, Texas.
So one of the things the founders really liked about this location is just really historic to the Katy area. You know, there as you're driving through the Katy area, before it was a brewery,
That's right.
It was just an empty lot of historic silos. One of the things that kind of helped create the city that is Katy.
Awesome.
And as Brian and Jennifer, our original founders, were creating this thing, they just thought it was a great idea to make the brewery a part of Katy, which worked out even so much better with this area. And we started off in a smaller part of the silos right across the area here, which now MKT Distillery uses.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And we moved over here for the bigger area, make it a little bit more open, dog-friendly, family-friendly, and be able to enjoy yourself like that a little bit more. And then still, stayed tied into the history of Katy and the community of Katy, because the community builds your brewery. Whether you float it or fake it.
Yeah. I saw a little bit outside that you guys have like themes and events that you have here. What type of events do you guys hold here?
So they kind of run the gamut. Obviously we've got our St. Patty's Day events and our 4th of July stuff, Cinco de Mayo, Dia de la Muerta, all that different stuff. We got a lot of fun things that we do out here like that. But we're also a venue that can be rented out. If a company wanted to come out and rent out the brewery for a day, to bring out their company, to bring out all their employees and show them their appreciation for them, we're open for that. We'll close the whole brewery off. We'll let the community know, hey guys, somebody's got us for today. Hope you can find another good place to drink some beers, but we're going to take care of some friendlies.
Awesome. I like that. I like that a lot. Definitely a great location for it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So tell us a little more about how you guys come up with the, titles or the different brews that you have, or your marketing. Like I saw some of the names of y'all's brews, and it's like really amazing how you guys can come up with all these cool names. How do you do that?
Yeah. So one of our most popular and really fun beers is the Hop Solo. It's one of the ones that's really popular out right now. We've got the Star Wars Episode 9 coming out.
Awesome.
A lot of people are big fans of that saga, and so we brew a beer called Hop Solo for that, and for May the 4th, which May the 4th be with you kind of thing. Exactly. And we brew it a couple times a year, and we use one single hop to kind of showcase that hop with a lot of those with the same basic ingredients that you would get in a lot of those normal beers or normal IPAs. Just to create something new for the consumers, for our fans. And two, just to have fun, It's a great way to experiment with some of the new hops that are coming out into the market.
Absolutely.
They're constantly experimenting with that junk.
Oh, yeah.
So it's really fun to be like, all right, what's this hop going to taste like in these different stages of a beer?
Yeah.
With the best way to figure it out, let's brew a batch of Hop Solo.
There you go.
Oh my God, now I got to watch an episode,
There you go.
and then the Mandalorian's out, and now you can't just stop it.
No, you got to keep going.
It's just it's just constant.
Awesome.
So now after you leave the cinema, after seeing episode 9, you have to stop by here.
That's
Yeah,
right. Come grab a beer.
absolutely. But there's a couple Star Cinemas that'll be having the Hop Solo for opening night. Alamo Draft House in Katy will be doing the same thing. And there's a number of bars that'll be having the Hop Solo on tap before the movie release, and have a specialty. There's a special glassware that comes with that beer out there too, which is really cool. And it's cool. Like one side of it, I'll let you guys know. One side of it is that classic picture of Han Solo, but instead of his face, where he's like, I gotcha, but instead of his face, it's like a hop cone.
Oh no!
Yeah, and it's on the other side, it's like, this sounds like a good idea.
That is gonna
And I mean, another beer always sounds like a good idea.
No, that's super cool.
So when you create a new brew, what's the process of that? About how long does it take? Do you have any new ones coming out that you're planning?
So we've got a few new brews we're planning for the next year, and the process to a lot of that is really interesting. It's it's funny because sometimes you just start with a name, like this is funny. Let's see how we can make this work.
Yeah.
You know, and then you figure out how to put a beer in around that because just the name just seems to work. You know, and then sometimes you just have a really crazy idea for a kind of beer you want to do, something that you're not really seeing a lot, or maybe something that somebody's mixing with something else. You know. For instance, we have there's a Snooze Eatery in the Houston area. Uses No Label's El Jefe.
Oh, cool.
They mix that with orange juice and they make a brumosa.
Oh.
And so
I've had that before, actually.
Yeah, it's tasty, man.
It's good.
And so they our brewers went through there. They tried that out and they got kind of inspired. They're like, well, man, I mean, can't I brew this?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so they came back to the brewery and they took some of our El Jefe that we were brewing and we moved it into one of our experimental tanks. We've got some experimental stuff where we can make a small batch that's just here for the brewery.
Yeah.
So you've got to come through here to try some of the really interesting stuff, you know, that before it makes it out into the market.
Nice.
And so we use we threw some orange puree on top of the El Jefe. That simple, and it jacked the ABV up, the alcohol content from 5% to 6.8%.
Wow.
It gave it such a juicy body, and so we put it on up at the brewery, sold through it like that.
Wow.
Called it Brumosa.
That's cool.
A lot of fun. And I want to figure out a way to impart that into the market, and I've got what I think is a great name for the market and a release date, but that's hush hush right now. So I gotta get the approval first. All right.
Cool.
But we won't tell anyone. We won't tell anyone.
Starting late January, we're doing our sit inside haze.
Cool.
It's our kind of callback to Houston Classic, right?
Yeah.
But we're doing our New England Hazy IPA, and calling it sit inside haze. We're doing it year round. Some people are familiar with that. Some of y'all may have had it, some maybe not, because it's been very limited release up until now.
Cool.
But starting late January, we're going to be releasing in the market more on a regular basis and pretty much year-round, can and package, which is going to be awesome.
That is really cool. I like that.
Two of the other ones I'm really excited for is we have our Texas Strawberry Blonde coming out, which, I mean, it's all in the name.
Oh, yeah.
Great blonde ale, just real creamy, smooth beer with some great strawberry juiciness to it, without that kind of weird medicinal sweetness, because we just use the straight puree in it.
Nice.
And then another one I like, you guys got to try, I believe it's in your glass right now actually, our Fiesta Forever, which is our dark Mexican lager. And that one, it's kind of like a Negro Modelo, if you had to explain it. You know, I don't want people to think dark Mexican lager and think like a stout, you know. Nice brown, amber color to it, with some nice creamy malty notes to it and a clean finish.
Very nice.
Yeah, that one's something we're gonna Fiesta Forever. The logo is like a candy skull done with Lionel Richie.
Awesome.
You know, Fiesta
Really cool.
Forever.
Yeah.
Fiesta forever.
But when I saw it, I don't know if it's maybe I'm the wrong generation, but I swear to God, it looked like Bruno, like a candy skull Bruno Mars. And they constantly give me crap about it now, and so now I feel way younger and weirder than I should. But whatever. So then there's the Fiesta Forever. Yeah.
So tell us, you told us a lot about the brewery, you know, and everything you guys do, everything you come up with. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Are you a veteran?
I am.
Awesome. Tell us about your story.
So I've been in the beer industry for about 10 years. Before that, I got out of the Army in about 2007 and got into the beer industry shortly thereafter. I spent some time in microbiology and in the medical field at MD Anderson and different stuff like that. And that kind of sickness and seeing that kind of stuff all the time wears on you a little bit, and you end up wanting to. I wanted to figure out a way to celebrate life a little bit more, and enjoy the experience, and enjoy my time with people and people's time, you know. And beer just ended up being one of the best parts, one of the best things for it. And I fell in love with craft beer as a science nerd, you know, just all this, like the yeast and the bacteria that making the carbonation and the alcohol, and then cavemen got drunk accidentally. And it's awesome. Like, how does that happen? And how do you recreate that for 10,000 years before somebody perfects it into an art like we have in the last 10 years, and in Texas anyways, but longer than that in America. And so that was one of the things that really drew me to craft beer. Is I wanted a culture that was all encompassing, all welcoming, that didn't give a shit who you were, where you came from, what color you were, what color you want to be, and only cared about whether or not you could sit down, drink a beer, and have a conversation with me.
Absolutely. You know, I'm really excited you told us about your story. So what we want to do is we want to present to you this. It's called Bin Shot Glass. It's one of our sponsors. They're actually create things for veterans. You know, glasses just like this. What they do is they do something super cool. Is they put bullets in their glasses.
Oh, awesome!
They got a flag here, you know, specifying for veterans, things like that. So we want to present this to you, you know, as a thank you for letting us to be here and allowing us, you know, to look around the brewery. And that's for you.
That's super cool. Thank you guys so much.
You're welcome so much. We actually
absolutely.
appreciate you letting us sit here and talk to you and ask all these questions. So, you know, you guys definitely got to come out to No Label. They have so many good things happening for kids. You know, you can bring your dogs. It's family friendly. The beers here are amazing. So
you know, our founders, one of our founders actually built the playground for kids himself.
Amazing. Oh, that's awesome. So
I mean, this place was started by a husband and wife team. From nothing. They got their family to believe in them, and the dream grew from there. You know,
those are the best stories. That's the best way to do it.
Absolutely.
You can absolutely feel the good vibes, good energy, you know, and it's like, this is the place to be.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
No worries. You guys, I appreciate you guys coming out, and thank you so much. This is awesome. I'm gonna make lots of people.
And it is time again for our tasting segment. Are you ready to do some tasting?
Of course. That's what we came here for.
Right. Everything looks so great.
All right, we're gonna start from the inside out. We're gonna try to guess what this is, according to our trusty list. And then he's going to correct us and tell if it's a yay or a nay. But let's just check it out.
You look so scared trying it.
You know, it tastes like bubble gum.
Oh.
Interesting. This is like candy. I love it.
Oh, yeah, it is.
You said that too.
Oh?
Yeah. Which one do you think it is?
I'm going to go with Hop Solo.
I don't know. I'm going to go with Brew of H.
Well, that's both wrong.
Oh.
Both wrong.
It is really tasty, though.
It's great beer. So what you guys are drinking is our El Jefe.
Okay.
That's our German-style Hefeweizen. And what was awesome is you got some of that bubble gum and the notes on the end of it. And the yeast that we use, which is Weihenstephaner yeast, a very old German yeast for brewing Hefeweizens, is what we use in our El Jefe. It's one of the reasons why it's so popular.
Wow.
And then it imparts a lot of banana, some cloves, a little bit of bubble gum or cotton candy. And that's all the flavor from the yeast that adds on the finish of the beer.
That was really good. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to the next one.
Next.
Oh.
That one hits the nose first. Very nice.
It does. Yes, it does. I don't know. What do I get here?
I'll go with Brew of H this time.
It's really good. I can't stop. Okay.
Unfortunately, Really Good's not a beer name. I think we tried to copyright that, but we got cease and desist.
That is You know, I don't know. I think I'm going to go with Brew of H also.
That is the Brew of H.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, crisp, clean body to it, a little bit of a hop bitterness to it.
Yeah.
At the finish, but it lends itself more towards sort of like a citrus, a grapefruit kind of bitter, more than it does.
That grapefruit. That's what I was trying to figure out.
Yeah.
I was like, there's some kind of
more
like
than it does
sweet
anything else.
taste to it. That was amazing. Awesome.
Yes.
Okay, let's try the next one.
Number 3. Oh, wow.
Hi!
Sounds like you drank that in Pasadena.
Pretty close.
I'll second
You
that.
did that. You drank it. That totally,
That was
exactly.
it.
And that's how you know it's done on the
All you gotta do is just eat some enchiladas with this and you're good. Woo!
Oh, that's a great beer. So, we have Blood Brothers Barbecue Company out in Bel Air.
Nice.
They roast. So in this recipe, we roast half the jalapenos, and they're the ones that do it. They smoke them for us.
Wow.
Then we de-seed them and we throw them in the brew, so it's not super spicy, but you still get some of that flavor in it.
That is amazing.
And then we use the other half of the batch that we use is raw, and we de-seed it as well. So there's a good mix in there of the raw jalapenos and the smoked jalapenos.
Wow.
And if you're looking for something with layers and opportunities for it, the Don Jalapeno is there.
That is amazing. Definitely got to try that one.
Always on tap at Blood Brothers Barbecue.
Sweet.
Okay.
Nice. All right, and last but certainly not least, let's try this one out.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I like that. You know, it's got the little sweet citrus.
I was going to say
well.
citrus. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
a little orange in it, a little bit, just a little bit, a little peel.
And this must be hop solo. Or did we already say that one?
I mean,
No,
you
hop
said it
solo.
before, but you were wrong.
Yes.
Hop solo.
I was going to say, it sounds familiar.
We're happy
That's
with
correct.
that.
Yeah, no, that is hop solo.
Yeah.
And well, again, that's one of the ones where a lot of the ingredients are the same, but every time we brew it, we use a different hop, and and the hops add all the aromatics and a lot of the flavor and some of the spice. You know, the malts add a lot of those base flavors to them, some of those sweetness, some of those good core flavors.
Good.
Yeah.
You know, but then the hops just kind of make it fun to do.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, thank you so much for letting us taste these. They were all
Delicious.
amazing. It's really hard to just pick one.
Right.
If you had to pick one, which one would you pick?
I think I'm going with El Jefe.
Bubble gum?
Yeah.
You know, I'm down for some bubble gum too.
Okay, so it's been really fun checking this place out so far. It's really great. And I need to check out some more, but I always lose Priscilla. Where is that girl?
Hey, to go get some drinks?
Absolutely.
All right, guys, that's another brewery down on the books, and I have to say this one definitely lived up to the hype.
Absolutely. If you're near the Houston area, be sure to head out to Katy and check out No Label Brewing and bring the family.
That's right. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel, both on Facebook and Instagram.
We'll be posting upcoming episodes, and we'll throw in a few sneak peeks and some bloopers from time to time, mostly of Priscilla.
Oh my God, what? Wait a minute, didn't you just say this on the last episode?
Possibly some bloopers, mostly of Priscilla. Maybe.
I don't know, I guess you guys just have to watch. We want to take a moment to tell you about a really cool sponsor called Benshot. Benshot makes custom crafted glasses that are their own design and 100% made in the U.S. They love working and hiring veterans and former law enforcement. Matter of fact, a portion of every sale goes to the Operation Enduring Warrior Foundation. This charity is helping veterans and law enforcement that have been wounded. So go check out benshot.com on the web and social media. Tell them the Beer Doll sent them your way.